What's up, guys? Got a pond rework here we're starting. You can see that this is a pond. It's been worked on a couple times before, and that's an island in front of the machine there. And there's a live oak tree on it I'm going to take down, and I'm ramping in right now because I couldn't. It doesn't look like it on camera, but it was a little too steep to drive through, so I ramped the bank I left from, and I ramped the bank, where the tree's at right in front of me, and I'm crossing that section now. You can see a little water to the left, a lot more water to the right. The little canal around the island that never really held water like it should have. So what we're going to do, we're going to take these trees out, and then we're going to take this whole island out. The whole island's coming out of this pond, and it winds up being a lot more dirt than what we thought it was, but we got it done, and I'll post that video later. But this oak tree was actually, it gave me a fit getting it down, partially because I think I was in a hole. I'm down several feet, probably 3 to 4 foot lower than I would have been if I'd have been ground level, and I'm at a bad angle. And then anytime that I've taken a tree out that's elevated in a piece of dirt, whether it's a ditch bank, a canal bank, or in this case this island, the root system's always much more extensive, and that's no different here. I really had to work to get this thing down, and normally a tree like this on flat ground I could have down in a couple of minutes, but this one took me almost 10. It's a good sized tree. It's not like a huge tree, but it's a good sized tree. Anyways, guys, I really appreciate you watching. Watching the video here, it's worth noting that another reason that it gave me such a time is I could only approach it from this one side, and it had some huge limbs in it, and I was trying not to put my boom all up in them and knock my hydraulic lines off my boom and all that. Like right there, it's all up in the trees. I was really having to watch it. And then looking at the video, it doesn't look like it's that tight, but it's actually a pretty tight little deal there. I couldn't go to the left of it, and I couldn't go to the right of it, without kind of running the risk of falling on down in the pond. But so anyways, that's one thing that made it tough. But you can see, we got some good sand here. It's a wonderful dirt here. So this is the first few minutes this machine's worked on this job. After it left the Buffalo Pen Road job. A lot of mud over there, and I actually heard something squealing on the undercarriage when we were over there, and I never could figure out what it was. Just as soon as I got this tree down here, I turned around and walked the machine out of the hole, back up out of the pond, and I heard it again, and it wound up being the top roller. So that's the way it goes, guys. Sometimes, that's the first thing this week, which luckily it was just top roller. So it wasn't a big deal. I run the John Deere, got me one, and I had it on there. And a couple hours later, I was digging, but that's just the way it goes, sometimes. Very thankful that we were able to fix most of our own stuff. That would have been a lot bigger deal if I'd have had to wait on somebody to come fix it. Plus, I'd have had to pay them. So, by fixing our own stuff, you have a lot more uptime, and you save a lot of money. So sometimes that's the difference in making money for us and not by working on our own stuff. So you can see that left corner over there. You can't see the water in it, but that's actually the deepest part of the pond. It was in that left corner, actually straight in front of where the boom's at. On the other side, the back side of the island, and then to the right of the machine, there's some water still sitting there. But I would say at this point, 2 to 3 foot of water's all the pond's got in it. And it's pretty normal for it to get that low. So what we're going to do, we're going to try to take it way down. Way down, and we're going to fix this thing where it'll hold water all the time. That's the goal here, to rework this thing where it's actually a pond instead of like a borrow pit that dries up. editing in this one. It's you're seeing this all in real time, so it's about 10 to 12 minutes to get this tree down. I don't remember exactly what it was. No editing, just straight up working on the tree. Trying not to kill the machine and trying to get the tree down as fast as we can. On a tree like this, when you're only able to approach from one spot, the other reason you don't want to just be a cowboy and just be ripping and tearing everything is, I have seen them. Actually, it's fairly regular on a big oak tree like this with a flat root mass on it. If you get them just right, they'll spin on you, and when they spin, they're really a wild card. You don't know which way it's going to go. I mean, it could fall on you, it could fall away from you. So once you get it, when you get it to the point where you think you can push it over, you got to really start being a whole lot more cautious with your root digging, because if you do get it close to pushing over, or you push on it and you break a bunch of it, and then you catch it on one of them roots that's way out to the side, like where I got it right there, like if that was solid and I just grabbed it and pulled on it, there's a chance that the whole tree would spin like a top. And once it spins, you really have no idea where it's going, and that's a good way to hurt yourself. So it's not so much a factor on like a pine tree or sweet gum or something like that, but on something with a big old foot on it like this, that leverage from the width of the root mass will make it spin on you. I'm able to lighten it quite a bit right here by pulling on it and breaking the root mass off. I mean, you can see that big piece fell off. It's full of dirt. And a tree like this is still going to be a handful. There's still some roots that's on the ground side of the tree that's still attached, and I find it a lot easier on the machine just to go on and get the chainsaw and saw the trunk off and separate it from the root mass, and everything moves a whole lot better. Like on a tree like this, I think I only cut this tree 2 times, maybe 3 times, and it just makes it so much easier to handle. I mean, it really does. So I took the tree out opposite side of where I'm at. So I got up on the island and set it all on the far side from where we're at right now, and then I set it out and put it in a pile over there to the right of the machine.